Good morning. This is Daily Hebrew Declarations with Daniel Jedediah Cook, and I'm reading the declaration for today, February the 15th, 2021. The three Hebrew letters we're honoring today are Nun, Samech, and Shin. Along with those three living letters, we're also honoring the spirit of understanding and the spirit of might. The declaration today reads this: the fullness of a son that carries within the power of inheritance, transitioning faith to fulfillment, a spiraling of Yahweh's protection and support along the path of light, the place of action where we are together in each other and in Yahweh. Now, today's declaration really begins to stir up in me this place of what we've been talking about so much lately. You know, there's a passion and a fire burning inside of me that I really cannot. I'm having difficulty in some cases being able to articulate the depth of what it is that I know that Yahweh is doing. And maybe that's because it's just not time yet. Or maybe it's just that there is a burning, and I believe this, of course, but there's a burning inside of me as some of the dross that's in me is being pulled away. And I'm thankful of the fires of holiness that are burning inside. You see, as a son of Almighty Yahweh, I know that I stand in a place just like you stand in a place. We stand together in this as one, as we operate together as the body of Christ here on the earth, as we operate together as the body of Messiah here on the earth. You see, the fullness of a son is one that carries the power of inheritance. You see, when we look at this now, ladies, don't this includes you, because this is not delineating, trying to say male versus female. No, this is the place of all of us together. We are all sons, and in that place we carry the place of inheritance. We carry that place of the next generation, if you will, and the carrying forth of the next generation. But not only that, but also the inheritance of the promises that Yahweh has already given us. And you see, I used to think that the inheritance was something that I was going to have to wait for. So the inheritance was something that was in the future, and that it was a process and so on of having to walk that out. But yet Yahweh has taken me into this place, and I've talked a lot about it over the last few days, but it's been burning inside of me, this place where I go into the treasury rooms of heaven, because Yahweh showed me the treasury rooms of heaven. And if I haven't described it to you guys, let me do it again right now, because inside of the treasury rooms of heaven, for as far as the eye could see, I could see nothing but the promises and the fullness, and everything was there that I knew that Yahweh had already spoken into existence. And some of the things that I didn't even know were a part of the promise, were sitting right there in front of me. Now, some of them were financial, but some of them were words. Some of them were things that he had promised. Some of those things were things that I didn't even know that he was going to ask me to do. We're all seen right there. And it was absolutely immense. But when I looked out to the farthest place that I could look, there was what I call an olam there. In other words, it seemed like there was darkness beyond a certain point, but yet at the same time, I knew and felt inside of me that there was more, even in what appeared to be that darkness, at a great distance away. I'm talking about like me standing on the edge of a beach and looking out over the horizon. That's the kind of distance that I was seeing. But yet I knew that if and I tried it actually, I started to walk in a direction, and the more I walked in the direction, the more that I saw, because it was almost as if this olam, or if you will, this shadow, or this darkness that seemed to be there, seemed to keep its distance, equal distance away. So the more that was revealed as I began to walk in that direction. Now, olam is the Hebrew word for world, but it also talks about this place of being beyond the vanishing point. And that's kind of what I'm talking about in this case. Just like the horizon is almost a vanishing point from our perspective on the beach, so is olam when I'm looking at the treasury rooms of heaven. And in that place, if I was to get in the boat on an ocean, I could go in a direction, and that horizon would continue to change. You see, the same is true here. The more that we walked in a direction, the more that I walked in a direction, the more that was revealed. And you see, that's exactly what we're talking about here. The fullness of a son that carries within the power of inheritance. Not only that, but we're transitioning the faith of Yahweh into the fulfillment of Yahweh. We're bringing heaven to earth, if you will. Now, I know many of us may be saying, but how is this true? All I know is that some people may would say, well, let me look at your bank account. I'll let you look at my bank account. That's not a problem. But that's not the issue. Don't look and don't say one particular thing has to be the proof that Yahweh has not blessed me. Now, that is one way that I know that he will. But yet in the same breath, there is so much more. And I'm still learning to walk that out. There will be a blessing in each one of us, for each one of us, not only financially, but also other ways. Also in our family, in our friends, in the connections that Yahweh has made, in the place where it's beyond, you know what? I'm just sitting here realizing that today's declaration has gone in one direction. And Yahweh, forgive me, because there's so much more to this than just things, than just olam, than just inheritance. There is your love and the inheritance of your love. You know, Yahweh, I would rather be wrapped up inside of this place of your love than anything else. And I thank you that, Yahweh, that you allow us every day. You know, I was listening to a rabbi this morning, and he was talking about Erev Shabbos. And Erev Shabbos is basically Sabbath evening, is what that would be in the English. And he was talking about it and how this next month and the Sabbath of this next week is going to be that of the first month of Adar. And Adar is where the flame gets turned up. All right, if you will, the flame is turned up. We've been talking about this for over a week. And I think about this place of in this just being a way of a month or a way of looking at this and how that flame inside of us is being turned up into the passion of Almighty Yahweh. And while I was sitting there listening to him, and I began to think about this place of Erev Shabbos and how or the Sabbath evening, if you will. And how this place is really saying that we can have this every single day. Shabbos or Sabbath is every single day. We can walk into that place where we've separated ourselves unto holiness. We are literally living inside of this spiraling protection and support along the path of light in Yahweh every single day. Every day is a Sabbath. Every day is this place of connecting in with the Father. I know you say, but hold on. How can I do that and work at the same time? But I know that you can. I know because Yahweh took me to a place inside of the secret place where he told me that I did not have to leave. And the moment he said that, I realized that I could stay inside of this place of the secret place. And even though I was working, my heart, my mind, my every part of me could be focused on this place of listening to the voice of Yahweh, hearing that still small voice, hearing the little things that are going on. Like this morning, I had a dream and it woke me up, and all I know is that I was standing in front of a group of Jewish people, and I knew that I had a question to ask them. But the most important thing of that was the fact that it was at 5:10 a.m. When I woke up, whether I woke up in the dream or whether I woke up for real, I'm not sure right at the moment. But I know when I looked at the clock, it was 5:12 a.m. And so something had happened. And I don't even know why I'm sharing that with you guys this morning, other than to say this. You see, this is the place of action where we are one together in each other and in Yahweh. And in this place, I know that even in dreams, there is the place of Shabbos. There is a place of Sabbath inside of our dreams. There is a place of rest as we hear the word of Yahweh and we interact with him and we speak. We have this time. So many times in my dreams, I feel like I'm going somewhere and completing a task. Some mornings in the morning when I wake up, I almost feel like I've worked all night long because where I've gone, there was something that I was accomplishing, something that I felt like Yahweh was having me do. And it's been beautiful because it's coming together, working together, that even in our dreams, even in this place where we're not physically doing something in the natural, but inside our spirit man is reaching out and fulfilling the word of Yahweh.